Well, welcome back, guys. Today we are opening the conversation for parents with teenagers who are headed back to school. Joining me today is Ariel Ferguson, licensed professional counselor with Brentwood Hospital, to give us a little bit of insight on ADHD. Thank you so much for being with us, Ariel.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about ADHD. What exactly is it?
It's a disorder usually found in childhood where someone either has attention problems or they're very hyperactive, or a combination of both.
Okay.
So usually it's diagnosed in childhood. Sometimes people finally get a diagnosis as an adult.
Yes, and so we want to focus on adolescents, and as they're heading back to school, is there something that parents should look for? Maybe some signs where they say, okay, maybe it's time to look into this a little bit more?
Well, anytime you have a mental health issue, if it affects certain parts of your life, then that is when a parent should go and seek professional help. If they feel like their child's grades are slipping and they're not focusing at home, that might be something to bring up to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician can either help the family navigate that or refer to a psychiatrist that can further help the family. But you're really looking for areas of the life where it's impacting. So if a kid is not really paying attention at home and definitely isn't paying attention at school, then there might be something going on.
Yes, and definitely paying attention to those grades you were saying.
Yes.
So if they're not paying attention, chances are when they get to school and they're doing their homework, they don't really know what's going on, maybe getting low scores on their tests, something really important.
And there's a number of things to consider with that. I mean, COVID's changed everything, so kids are learning differently now. You also have to consider how your kid best learns. Are they more of a visual learner or a tactile learner? And are those needs being met so they can learn?
Yes.
Just because their grades are falling doesn't mean they might have ADHD. There might be a lot of other factors. They might not even be able to see the board, so they might need some glasses. So there's a lot of factors that I think going to the pediatrician and discussing that would further allow parents to do the right thing for their child.
Absolutely, and I want to talk a little bit about what you are able to do with them whenever they come see you, some of the exercises that you go through with them.
I do a lot of helping kids recognize some of their symptoms and helping them kind of slow down and think about consequences for their actions, because sometimes you get that impulsivity and they're not really thinking about the consequences. So that's one of the things that they have to kind of train their brain to realize.
Absolutely, and especially going back to school, I think that getting around peers, how does that affect them to get around their friends, seeing them do stuff, and then they are more impulsive as well? Is that something that kind of happens?
Yeah, that is something that happens. Kids will usually congregate towards other kids that are like them, so I would expect as a parent to have a child that with ADHD, have them also hanging around with other kids that maybe do the same kind of behaviors.
Right, yes. So I want everyone at home to know that you guys are a great resource to take advantage of. Do we just give you guys a call? How if parents out there who believe that their child might have ADHD, how can they get in touch with you guys?
I would call the outpatient clinic. We have a play therapist there, and we have a number of physicians and nurse practitioners that work there that can help a family navigate that. The outpatient clinic's number is 318-226 or 2266. I'm not. You
I
might
have a number on the screen, 318-678-7500.
That's the main line, and you can
line.
ask to be transferred over to the outpatient clinic.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so, and also you can visit the website, which is brentwoodbehavioral.com, and from there are a couple of tabs that you can click on that kind of take you to the adolescent help and all the resources that are available for them.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good. Ariel, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
We certainly appreciate it. Great information for all of our parents out there. And guys, stay with us if you're doing a DIY project or if you're a professional builder. I'm helping you find the best materials at the lowest price. That's coming up after the break.